Inakuwaje shabiki shakiki wa Billy O'Clock? How you doing this beautiful day? Bwana, kama kawa naitwa Billy Mia, kipenda kamanda hizi shughuli. Na hii ni Billy O'Clock ambaye inakujia kila mara ambapo ukihitaji information yote, habari, gossip, information, news, habari za hapa na pale, ukuda, zumbea, nazipata hapa hivi ndani ya Billy O'Clock, au sio? Mavazi yangu bwana kwa Esanya Chamviga Designs pale maeneo ya Sadi Road Gate B, unapiga 0726 712 110, alafu anakupatia look safi amazing tu sana. Leo hii Billy O'Clock tumetafuta mrembo fulani ambaye anatukunywa sana mitandaoni. Damn. Hey. Mtoto wa kike Janet Kerubo Machuka, mtoto mwenye umri wa miaka 29. I don't know ni 29 kwa mara ngapi, lakini siwajua wapende kusema age yao. Tafuta mtoto huyu kwa sababu yani akona titles kibao. At only 29 she's achieved so much, ambapo sasa hivi yani influencer, social media manager, digital trainer, ni product developer, digital marketing consultant, yani social media marketing strategist, content creator, copywriter, and the list goes on and on and on. Yani kwa ufupi nasemaje, she's an authority katika masuala ya social media. Janet Machuka, how you doing baby?
I'm doing good.
Uko poa?
Yeah, I think I like the way you're starting the energy and then you go to how you doing baby. Wow.
Uko poa?
Salama sana. Yes.
Sijui tuanzie wapi. Janet Machuka. There's something on your Twitter handle ambayo iko pale katika apart from the profile hii nyingine.
Pinned tweet.
Not the pinned tweet, but this cover photo.
Oh, the header.
Yeah,
yes.
The cover photo. That statement, it's very strong. You make things happen.
Yes.
How?
I am a social media strategist, and as you said, I'm a copywriter, I'm an influencer, and all the time it's all about creating. It can be the content approach, it can be now me being on the space to talk about things. And of course, at Billy O'Clock, we're already making it happen, because we're sharing.
There's no limit to what you can do. This statement is very powerful, by the way. What is it that people can do and there's no limit to it?
I think most of the people tend to limit what they can do from looking at careers only, and then forgetting there are things you can learn on the way. When I was starting my life, let me just say when I was starting my life, or when I realized that in the world you need to do something when you grow up, I wanted to be a teacher. And I was so comfortable with it. And I think it's because in the village where I grew up, the only people I could see who had at least a better job were teachers. And then later on, coming to high school, it was a bit different. Now I'm looking at it from people talking about, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, and all that way I only know if you talk about a pilot, I look at in the sky, zile enzi za kitambo, you can only see 2 lines zinachorwa na zile ndege.
Alafu mnazifuata.
Unasema tuzifuate tuone zinaisha wapi. And then imagining myself being a pilot, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. And I don't want to be in a very small bird. Actually, until when I saw an aeroplane, I was like, this bird is so huge.
Like you had no idea.
I had no idea. I thought it's just something very tiny the way I used to see it in my naked eye. So when it came to high school, I changed a lot of careers. I sometimes wanted to be an accountant, sometimes I wanted to be a lawyer, an air host, everything. And I think it's because I was so lost. I didn't know what I'm capable of doing and where I wanted to lie on. But one thing that I can say I used to do all the time is have conversations with people, be it public speaking, writing poetry, writing articles, and all that. And I think that is why I had to choose the media space, because I felt like it actually resonates with what I already love to do. And then now coming to the digital space, marketing, not marketing yet, journalism. Journalism was first a very good love for me, and I like the fact that I got into the media space very early, so it also gave me a totally different aspect. I thought it's just about, Billy O'Clock, having the mic and talking to people.
Like just putting the mic on, putting the feather on. Absolutely. And talking.
And then I realized there is much to do in the media space, not just about wanting to be on a TV, on a radio, on a newspaper, and then now here we are with the digital space. So for me, it has been all about trying out to see if this thing works for me, and if it works for me, I usually go with it. So the aspect of me making things happen is me immersing myself in something, trying to find how it works. And if it works for me, I know it can work for somebody else. And that is why I'm drinking, living, doing everything in the digital space, and at the same time helping brands make things happen. How? Get customers, create communities, and build brand love.
Building brand love. That's beautiful. Now, Janet, I knew you when you were a journalist. Started off as an intern at Standard PLC. That's where I currently work, by the way. I knew you from there. You know, after leaving Standard PLC, that's where Ulilepuka, you know, and like people like, this girl was here all along with us. What happened when you left Standard PLC?
I think having a chance to work in such a media house during your first year, second years, it actually brought a lot of popularity in the campus space and also the social media, now that I was part of the digital team at Standard Media. So having also written a couple of articles, by the way, I was going through a therapy. I was the only therapist for myself, because love and all that, those things, when it's the first thing, you always feel like you know everything and all that. So I started writing articles on that. And then by the time I left, when I realized my digital is some new thing for me to do, I had to try it out. So Ukule Kulipuka is from the aspect of you work through the big media house, still in your early years in campus. And then here you are, you're doing big things, you're writing articles for the newspaper, you're writing articles for the media. The media is also like, we need to feature this young girl, you know, and all that. And now coming to the digital space was so much easier for me, because I already figured out like digital is a space for me to grow, and journalism actually gave me a base where I have already learned on all the standards, how to guide myself, how to package myself, how to look or to approach the digital space as a professional. So coming to the digital space was much easier, because I was still using the media anyway. So only that like I had to package it from the point of I'm creating people around me, not just communicating to people from a media point of view, be it a radio or a newspaper or a TV. But for social media, it was all about, can you actually bring people closer? It's not all about pushing the information to them, it's also pulling them into the conversation.
Janet, there are a lot of people who are on Twitter and call themselves influencers. Lakini ulipoingia kwenye space, like, I didn't see you to be among the people who take 528, you know?
Why?
I didn't see you there, or if you were there, it was maybe for a week or two. Like, what made you like transition from these 528 people, like you didn't even join them, then like boom, you have your own company, doing your own stuff, and you're hitting the world with the digital space. Yet there are people who have been there, calling themselves influencers, taking money every day and making sure that brands trend. What is it that is different that you have that these other guys don't have?
I think packaging is everything. Even if you're starting a business today, and then you package it for just anybody, people might not take it serious. But if you packaging to a specific audience, and you start dressing the same way you dress people from Chambiga, you know, you have your own clientele. If like you're dressing the journalist and people can see that, they always put you on a totally different level than anyone who is looking at it at the point. I'm dressing anyone who wants, even if you have 1,000 shillings, I'm dressing you, you know. So you have to look at it from the point of packaging. For me, I feel like in this space, at first I didn't know what to do, and in one or the other, I don't know if I still fall under the but I hope not, because I found the right people to help me package myself from a business angle. I had the journalistic standards and all the guidelines on how to package myself as a journalist, but I missed the business point of angle. But this is where I think now the aspect of community and finding the right people who understand things, you work with them. For example, right now, you can actually have this amazing conversation. You can share it on your YouTube, but you cannot do it alone because you need a videographer, you need an editor and all that. So for me, I looked at it from the point of I can't be everyone. I don't know the business side of things. So I looked for somebody. And this guy actually helped me approach everything now from the business. Apart from just amassing all these followers and also having the chance to communicate to them, talk to them, grow the influence, I had to also learn on how to pull the corporate in. How? I needed a business strategy as an individual. And I think that is what changed everything to a point of giving me a chance to connect with the right people in the market. Also position me because I'm working with some of them. People are seeing out there. Yeah, so it actually made a lot of difference. Yeah.
There's a day you tweeted, in fact, it's a pinned tweet on your timeline, the 27th of January 2019, at around 10:26 through Twitter for iPhone.
Really?
Sawa bwana. And I quote, building a company can cost you and drain you. You lose friends, sometimes you run broke, leisure time will sound past tense. Family will feel distanced and you will have many failings than success. You are a hardcore. If you are a hardcore, you will grow stronger. So rise up and keep grinding. This tweet is pinned on your timeline. Were you going through something, or it's just a tweet that you took from somewhere and posted it there? What happened? Because this is so deep than the way it seems.
I think I was going through a very bad day. I just woke up and then tried to figure out, you meet some people and then they tell you have built a business. I am doing this and this. And then you're here, when you tell people I have an agency or I have a training academy, they look at you, they're like, we have never heard about it. We don't see
What
it.
is this?
What is this, So sometimes you feel like, I felt discouraged a lot by some people. At the same time, when you're starting a business, all the time people always talk about capital. And when you don't have the capital, it's very hard. And sometimes you find that, yes, you're getting some money. Instead of putting this money into the business, you're putting this money into other things which are very important. Look at family point of view, because you have different families, you have different stories. So you can't expect the fact that I'm getting good money from the digital space. I invest all of it in myself. So some people have different responsibilities. So I was looking at the responsibilities I have for myself, for my family, for also the business, and looking at it from the point of, digital marketing. When I was getting into the digital marketing space, I don't think most of the people are ready to taking it serious, especially individuals. So everyone was like, are you sure? Okay, now what is this digital marketing? I had to tell people I'm jobless most of the time because it was very hard to explain myself, and some people will be like, you're scamming people, or you're, and so that really put me in a point where I felt like nobody understands me, nothing is working out for me. But that tweet alone, I think that is why I've never removed it from the pins, because every time I feel low, I have to go and read it because it speaks a lot to me, and it has encouraged me to build now that business for myself and for the people we are working with at the moment. And also looking at it from the point of, as much as you can look at family, friends can drain you and all that, they can actually be your supporting system. Yes, they can drain you, but if you approach the whole situation well, they can be your biggest support.
Was there a time that you almost gave up?
Yeah, many times. But I think sometimes having the right people who see you as somebody who is more than what you see yourself is very important. And that is what happened in my case. I have my business manager. This guy will always be like, okay, you think you can't do that, but I know you can. Try it first and then you'll tell me.
You tell me.
Because sometimes a client can reach out and then I'm like, I don't think I can do this. And then he goes like, no, you're going to do it for the first 3 months. And then if you feel like you can't do it, then you can leave it. So I think also having those kinds of people helps you know what actually is your capability. And that is when later on I had to be like, okay, by the way, I don't have a limit to what I can do, especially if I'm in a space where I love, where I am always learning and I'm always engaging people. And yeah, I can make things happen, by the way. Yes.
The time that you're almost giving up, were you just like crying and picking yourself up, or you don't cry?
Do I really cry? I
The
was just
strong
sad.
Janet
I was
Machuka.
just sad, but most of the time I feel like I don't have to show my friends and family that I can cry. I'm the kind of a person who is so reserved. You can't know when I'm happy, when I'm sad, or especially when I'm sad. You just know that I'm okay, but deep down, some things are really affecting me. I will never share. And then I think recently I actually realized that I might be undergoing some moments of depression and mental disturbance, but I don't realize it. Because that is the time I usually shut down from everyone else, and it's very hard to communicate to the next person. So I hide in the house a lot.
Why you don't
I
want the
cook a lot.
vitamin?
Not about the vitamin, because I don't want to meet people,
Yeah.
so they can be like, "How have you been? How is life going?" and all that. Yes.
So you just
I
back.
usually like create a boundary. I don't want anybody to talk to me. I just want to have my own time.
and now, but by that time, how do you handle your employees?
I have never lashed my feelings or my problems, my anger, or the kind of pressure I might have to people. So most of the time, what I do is I have one person I think who really understands me in my team. So when I'm angry, I usually call him and talk. I think you know him. His name is Barak. He knows where I'm, and he's also my business brand manager. And when I'm angry, I usually call him. I'm like, bro, hapa kumeumana,
And he
kimeumana.
listens.
I have to, and I think that is what helps a lot to some people, especially if you are maybe in a relationship, you are in business also. You can't tell your boyfriend everything.
Yeah.
Sometimes it might be too much pressure on him, and for him it's like, so why are you telling me? And how can I help you? So having somebody who understands you, I think it's also important. So for me, I lash it out, and then once it's done, and that's it. And I think one thing about me is I rarely become angry for a long time. I just release it. And cooking is one of the therapy that I have.
So napika kupika.
Now I can cook chapati like for 40 people.
like Janet, you can cook like chapati that has pages. Like when you tear it like this, or you just cook chapati
So
that
you have
like
never seen my chapati? That's crazy.
like you know, we can see it on socials.
Timeline,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
I do.
labda sio.
I love cooking, and I think because I grew up in the village, you have to learn to cook some things. Your own option. But some people will always think I don't cook. By the way, this skin is nothing. Inside is a kissy blood. Is a woman.
Unapika na unakula.
Kwanza ugali.
Your favorite ni ugali kabisa.
I love ugali because I can eat it with different meals. I love traditional food, and when you talk about kisi, vegetables, kuna mboga.
Inaanza na inaitwaje? Terere.
We call it terere. There's nderema, saga, managu, kunde, mchicha, and we have a variety.
Yeah. Janet, Keroka ndio home ama wapi?
If I have to tell you guys, I don't think you will find it on the map.
Niuko.
Ukifika Keroka, you will need like 150 shillings to think about going to my place, my village, my home. So if you have to use a bike, it will take you like 200 shillings. But if you have to walk, you'll have to walk for the next 3 to 4 hours.
For real?
Yeah.
From Keroka town.
So it's not like we live in a town. I think I'm the kind of person who was brought in the wild. I thought actually the wild ends in my village. Before.
Like all these exposure, umepata like from campus and now moving forward.
High school, and then actually starting from primary, because I participated a lot in music festivals in Mashaidi and Point and what have you. And then in high school, the first time I landed in high school, I think was life changing for me, because I used to think everyone was from Nairobi, Nakuru, Kisumu, because it was a national school. How ndio wenyewe?
Sisi wengine wa huko vile.
So I went and then hid among those students who don't want to be seen kama wako ama wako. And then I came to realize people thought mimi ni yule mse. And I remember one day, the first day I was called to say, I thought somebody was accusing me.
Yeah.
Am I old? I didn't know a shake. What? Not even one. So I was like, why are you guys abusing me? I don't think I'm a mzee. them insane.
Yeah.
And I think the perspective they had about me and the perception I had about myself was totally different. And I think that it was, and also like now you go and when you think about yourself from a different point of angle, you try to do some things to actually make yourself maybe be somewhere where they are because you're looking at them as they're way ahead of you. And I think that is what changed my me from high school. And then now going to campus again, I had already understood my village, where I come from, what is happening around me, how my family is, and what I wanted in my life. So yeah, I keep on pushing hard every day. And yeah, hakuna kitu kama silver plate.
Yani like you have to work for it.
I have no choice at all. Yeah.
Janet, this space is quite big, and everyone right now is toward the digital space. You see big media houses falling, retrenching people, redundancies left, right, and center, and people are turning to the digital world. Do you think it's enough for everyone? Do you think everyone can go to social media and make a living out of it?
If you say everyone, it means we are going to stop having people to look after our shops.
Because Janet, right about now, hi y'all, welcome to my YouTube channel, subscribe. Like everyone is going there,
I think digital and social media at large is for everyone who wants to be there. If you feel like you can't be there, you can be there. It's not like a space where you need to look for capital to start a business. It's free. And I think that is what makes it look like everyone can be there and everyone can make something out of it. But when it comes to actually making money out of it, let me take you back a little bit. When it comes to content, everyone can create the content and everyone can share it on those social media platforms. But when it comes to getting money back, I think that is where the rubber meets the road.
That's where we draw the line.
That's where we draw the line because it doesn't work that way. It needs a lot. When it comes to you making money or getting a job from the digital space, it needs you to work a lot on yourself. Not just in numbers, because I think most of the people think numbers are the most important. There's so many people who have 20 followers on social media, but the kind of work they do, it's a lot. Look at the web designers, look at the developers, look at the creative designers. Most of them don't want to show their faces on social media and digital, but they do a lot. So one thing I would say is this: yes, digital has opportunities for everyone, but again, it depends on how are you packaging yourself. It's all about packaging at the end of the day. What do you want to get? And I think what we need to debunk is just because you saw Ugali Managu making money from influencer marketing, and then you think, I can also make it, and you think with the next 2 months, 3 months, I'll be on it. It's not easy. I've been in this space for 6 years.
6
good years. And I keep on building every day. I've never stopped. I will never stop talking about influences. I will never stop building myself. That is why I have conversations with people. I find places where I can share what I do, like Daily O'Clock.
There was a time like you are just down under, and you are not making that much money out of the social media platforms and the digital space. But there came a time like you got like $1 million, Bob. 1 million.
No, wait a minute. How did you
1
know?
million.
Were we going through this journey together?
1 million.
like you knew.
And like, what? Let me take us through that experience. What happened? How did you come about it? Uliongana, what happened? How did you achieve that?
One thing people need to understand about digital is that money can come and go at any time. And 2, some days you'll be wealthy.
And some days
you'll be like a rat. It's church mouse.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's a constant flow. It's constant when you have built something for yourself and also helping people behind the back. That I mean building an agency where you can have more businesses and where you can onboard them. You're working with them for 6 months contract or 1 year, and then they are paying monthly. But in that, at the end of the day, you'll have to pay people. One thing I like about money and the money from the digital space is you will make as much as 1 million, as you said, but this 1 million is not yours alone, by the way.
You have to share it among people.
You have to share to the creatives, those who created very nice videos of you, those who helped you come up with ideas, those who help you manage. So it's not like the money is yours. Because at the end of the day, you need to when you grow, you need to learn on how to delegate work.
True.
But when you're starting, yes, there's some things which are easier for you to do, all of them, because it's not a lot of work. But when you're growing, you'll find that so many people are giving you attention, and so many people want a piece of you,
True.
your time, be it 1 minute or 10 minutes, and you need to delegate work. So there is money on the digital space, yeah. The journey is not easy, but it's fun when you're looking at it from the point we are growing as a team, not as an individual alone. Behind Janet Machuka as a brand is quite a number of people.
Like how many?
The core people we have are like 8. Yeah, 8 core people. The others we work on them on contract basis, be it influencers or sometimes social media managers and creatives, creative designers. So when it comes to other things I do apart from that, it's not just about influencer marketing and digital marketing. I think that is what people don't know. Behind the scenes, we do a lot of things we never share. On social media, we share just a few. The behind the scenes are a lot. Like, I know so many people don't know I do a lot of copywriting for them. In digital, you have to be a freelancer, you have to be a business owner.
Do so much.
You have to look for different avenues of money. Because if you focus on one, I think it will be very hard to exist. Because at the same time, you're creating content for brands, you're traveling, you're doing everything. And as much as you have all your freedom, the freedom actually is another problem. This freedom will take you to restaurants. It will take you to shopping, like
Jamviga designs.
You're going to buy clothes, you're going to spend money. So you have to constantly look for opportunities.
Yeah.
And maybe for some of the people who have responsibilities for their families, they will have now to go an extra mile. So there's a lot you have to do. But what I can say is, don't just look at one job if you're investing in a digital space. Look at least for like 4 or 5, but 2, 3 are very strong. The others can be like that.
Complementing.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the academy, Janet. The logo is from somewhere else,
Oh.
Like when I first saw the logo, I was like, hey, this is an American company. Like the logo is just top notch. That academy, how did you come up about it? What does it do? Was it easy opening it? Do you have students?
Wow. Where should we start?
Anywhere you're comfortable.
Thank you so much for complimenting our logo. The logo was designed by a friend of mine. His name is Albert Obara. He actually one day came up with the design. We were like, we are going with it because we love it. It's just amazing. And then, how did we come up with the idea of the academy? I will take it back to when I was starting on social media. It was very hard for me to find the right people to engage with in the Kenyan space, in the African space when it comes to digital marketing. So what I decided to do is I brought my own seats and the tables. I was like, we are going to create our own spaces on the table. So how did we do that? We created a community called #Africa Tweet Chat. So ATC itself is from Africa Tweet Chat. So I was like, so what are we going to do after this? I think that was after Twitter verified me. Then I was still like, I don't know, writing what's it called?
I started with PLC.
Yeah, so I got this verification and I was like, so what am I going to do with it? I want to learn on digital. And being given a tick, it meant that I have some authority in it. So I was like, okay, let's use this authority to help other people grow, because I'm also trying to grow in this space. So we created a community, #Africa Tweet Chat, where we reached out to different individuals across Africa. And then we were like, okay, can we just grow something and see where it can take us? Can we just connect and find the right people in the African space who are doing the same thing? Can we be like the main thought leaders in the space where we inspire other people to get into the space, not just to make money, but to also make sure that they are also upskilling? So we built it in 2018. And then from there, I think as you continue growing, you realize that there are other things and other gaps that are coming in. People are asking you, so where can I learn? Or where can I get this knowledge? Or how can I be helped for my brand to do social media content creation and all that? That's how we built the agency, and that is how we thought about it. The ATC Digital Academy is part of the agency, but now because the community is separate, we want to separate it completely.
Bwana mtazamaji wa Bilo Clock, we're taking a small break, lakini tukirudi ameandika kitabu mtoto wa kike huyu. Tutakuwa tunaongelea documentaries pia anazifuatilia. Na je, namwona na pete pale mkononi. Ni ya mtu ama ni ya kutuogopesha tu majoka mdimu kwamba ndimu ziko pale na azili. Coming back in a few. Karibu tena msikilizaji, mtazamaji katika Bilo Clock. Bwana Billy Mia kama kawa, bwana Luke kama kaida, Chamvika Designs, Sadi Road pale maeneo ya South B. Piga tu 0726712110 na fuwapate katika social media platforms za kwao, angalau uweze kupata look safi amazing kama wako na suits, wedding gowns, dorashio, nyombo, name them. By the way, kisi kuoa inaitwa aje ile kunyombo?
Hata sijui. Nowadays tunasema ni rurashio.
Rurashio imeenda, au sio? Janet Machuka. Documentaries. Like, I find you as a person ambaye ukianzisha kitu kinapanda na kinakwenda. Right about now, I see you have a lot of passion for documentaries. Why that? Why the fascination? What do you find in documentaries that people don't see?
I think most of the times we maybe jail people wrongly. Or we jail people in a right way, but we don't really understand what makes them do something. Another thing is most of the time we are actually looking at what is happening around us. We're just wanting to get the news only. And when you talk about news in Kenya, it's just politics all the time. So for me, I wanted to learn something different from what is happening around the world. And if you look at documentaries, it's just a documentation of a series of events. And these events actually happen. It's not like it's a movie that was crafted in a...
It's not fiction.
Yeah. So for me, I think I realized that so many people didn't know a lot that is happening in the world. And so many people were talking about movies, thrillers, and then series. And then I was like, why are we not talking about documentaries? So one day we were with these friends. They're having a conversation about Russia, I don't know, Ukraine and all that. And I was like, so what is that? And where are they located? When did they do that? And then they told me, go and start watching documentaries. And the moment I started watching, I realized there's a lot of things that we can unpack and learn from there. So I decided, why not learn these things with people? And then I started sharing documentaries every Friday. So what I do every night nowadays is at least my 1 hour to 30 minutes every night before I go to bed. I have to watch either an episode or an entire documentary, be it 1 hour, 30 minutes. And then that is when I started to realize that there's a lot of things to learn. And I think that consistency of posting something over and over again pulls a lot of people into it. And that is why I said, there's a difference between pushing and pulling. When you push content to people, it's like, you guys, you can consume it if you want, but it's not of benefit. But when you pull people to something, it's like you're sharing something that is going to help them, and also to actually help them look at things from a broader angle. So documentaries are fun. And I like the fact that we have grown a great community. I'm actually making money out of it, even though some people may not know. Yeah, I am.
Like how much?
How much? Tisa doesn't pay me, by the way. How much is from the point of, when you talk about documentaries all the time, and then we have been doing it for like 3 years now. And with this community who know that every Friday to weekend I share documentaries, there are brands also who have seen the influence that I build alongside that. We also created a Telegram channel, and it has like 3.9 subscribers just from the blue. People just want to see documentaries. So sometimes some brands and some, especially the streaming platforms. Currently, I work with Showmax. And my main job from Showmax is to share the documentaries that Showmax shares and some of the real life conversations and movies that they have, you know. So that's how I make money. But how much? You should ask my bank.
Not you. Let's talk about the book that you wrote, and it almost got published. How many chapters did you write? Where is it? Mbona tuisomi? What happened? Mbona uliacha?
Oh, it's there. It's in my drive, by the way. Yeah, it's my Google Drive.
How many chapters?
12 chapters. Yes.
It's complete.
And yeah, it's complete. It's complete. Only that I felt like it came out a lot of more of inspirational and motivational, and then it missed a lot of what are the real life events that I can showcase as I grow. So I felt like instead of having half a book, you can always create a complete book. So yeah, I'm still working on it. It will now come out as how do you call it? Biography. Yeah.
As a bio. When?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Maybe after I have like 2, 3, 5 kids. You don't know.
2, 3, 5 kids.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for bringing up that topic.
Oh,
2, 3, 5 kids. Janet, your personal life is so private. So private. You don't even know your boyfriend.
But
you don't even know if you're married. But we see you have a ring, but we believe it's a scarecrow. Do you have someone in your life?
Yeah, I do. I do have.
And you love him so much.
5 years down the line, yeah.
And you've never posted him.
Why would I? He has his life. I have my life.
Has he ever posted you?
No.
Why is it private? If you post me.
No. I think for me, I approach it from the point of social media is my workplace. It's like my office. So if I have to maybe share some things about my life, I want people to focus more on maybe things I love doing for fun and what I do when I'm away from my laptop. And now as a professional, this is what I like doing.
So when are you coming to Kamviga to make your wedding gown and his suit?
You never know. Maybe this December. Yeah. This month.
Headline news. Janet Machuka gets married.
Tabloid, thank you. But I don't have to do that.
So when you walk down the aisle, how many kids would you want to have?
As many as 10, even 5. Yeah. I grew up in a huge family, and so I feel like having that big family also gives me some comfort.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will see where life will take us. But I would like to have more, as much as some of them will have to adopt and live. Yeah.
Women right now say that there are no jobs. Like if you want to make it up there, you have to sleep your way up and do stuff for you to make it. I want to speak the woman that is looking at you right about now, saying that there are no opportunities for them. What can you say? They wait for sponsors, they wait to be given money from their boyfriends and what have you, and doing jobs that are not proper. What can you tell them?
One thing I would say is that we already have women in those spaces, be it in those corporate brands, be it in the social media, whichever industry that they're in. One thing that pulls some of the women back to actually approach them, I think, Nile wanasema women are enemies of each other. We are not open to talk to the next person. Maybe they can be our doors, they can be the best women who will watatushika mkono watupeleke to the next stage. So I think breaking away from that notion that women cannot help each other, we need to do that. And then secondly, be open to talk to women. I think in the mentees that I've worked with when it comes to the digital space, most of them are women. And I like the fact that, at first they'll be like, oh, maybe we think you'll not give us a chance to do anything to and blah, blah, because on the other hand, actually interact with a lot of gents and men. But when it comes to the conversation, most of them will pull back. So I feel like what we need to do, especially the women who are already in the corporate space, is Create a friendly personality. Be friendly to these women so that they can open up, talk to you, reach out to you, and find ways you can help them grow. And one thing I've realized, especially in the digital space, as much as we can say we are few women, is that women, especially in the marketing space, women are the most preferred.
For real.
Work to most of the marketing, the marketing departments of brands, you see women all over. Why?
Maybe
Marketing
because
is all about emotion and psychology, and I feel like women have that. Yeah, no
it's,
men.
emotionally.
So yeah, we are
check
emotionally attached to people. But why are you not? Why are we not using it to actually reach out to the fellow women so that we can do that? They can help us. So I feel like that's a challenge most of us have, and that notion that the society created that women are enemies of each other. We are not enemies, by the way. We are best friends. Forget
But-
about the conversations about my boyfriend or where can we go and buy clothes,
Yeah.
buy wigs and go to salon. Let's have a serious conversation, because in that I know there's so many women who are able to help you and who are open to do it.
You know,
Yeah.
you are one woman that has one signature hairstyle. Unaenda salon by the way.
Guy.
Unaenda salon by the way. Okay? Like sisi kujue hairstyle ni hiyo moja. Like utakubadilisha. Is it a brand?
I don't like plating. That's one thing. And I don't like, by the time I think about sitting in a salon for 3 hours, I'm like, I need to be at work. I need to have responded to this email. And then something else, maybe I don't like there are a lot of noise and harufu ya moshi. Moshene ni yao. It's part of life.
Yeah.
Hata unapenda moshene by the way.
Yeah, napiga ombea sana pale saa
Absolutely.
9 mpaka saa 1.
So I think it's just my nature. And plus, I find it easier just having my hair. And then, yeah. This is also my brand. Signature. Yeah.
Last question, Janet. Elon Musk and William Samoei Arap Ruto. If you are told to choose who to meet and why, who would you like to meet first?
I watch a lot of documentaries and I would like to understand the mind of Elon Musk. The other one, I have no business.
You just want to understand how he thinks.
I just want to understand how he thinks, because I've really realized he's a very fascinating individual. The way he does things randomly, the way he doesn't like want to follow a specific procedure. He just comes to Twitter and then says, I'm doing this ABCD, and that's it. And that is news.
Done.
No official communication.
It's just like that.
I think I like the way he's so random. And I think that is how human beings are, only that the society and some of the procedures make us to behave in a certain way. Ideally, everyone wants to be like Elon Musk, where you can just come and say, you know what, today we are going this direction, all of us,
And let's go.
Let's go. So
Today we are buying Kenya. Let's
is what
buy.
actually makes life fun, because our life is interesting. Every day you wake up, as much as you can plan, like I want to do ABCD, you might never even do all of those things. But there's always something you find about the day itself. So I like his randomness. I'm not a fan of politics, by the way. And every time I want to respond to something, or anytime I respond anything on politics, it goes to the media stream, media platform, and I don't like that. So
Because you
I
hit
avoid
hard.
that. Yeah, because I avoid that. So I avoid that a lot. So yeah, politics aside, I sometimes imagine in a society where there's no politics, people are just living. Yeah, so I would like to be on the side of
Elon Musk. Thank you so much, Janet. There's so much we've not talked about, but there's no time. And this interview has been an eye-opener, not only to me, but I believe to so many people. You can move from where you are. Kwa nini ubaki tu influencer wako? Oh, ni aje maze kuna gig hapa. Yet there's so much space for you to do and achieve what you want to do. It's been a pleasure, Janet. Have you loved the interview?
Yes, but can I just add one thing?
Please.
I think most people think on social media you just pick one career and move with it. You will realize that every single day you will have to learn something new and you will grow in the process. I started as an influencer. I grew to become a social media influencer manager for some of the campaigns. I went to influencer strategists, copywriting for brands, social media management, And then now I do consultancy for most of the brands. So give yourself a chance to learn and give yourself a chance to grow. And it's not very fast. If you want money within 1 year, if you want to grow within 1 year, you'll grow within that 1 year. And then after 2 years, people will forget you. Because one problem people have is growing to a point where they're plateauing. You know, that's the most dangerous place to be. So don't grow very fast to be comfortable. Give yourself a chance to grow with the people around you. You realize that you'll never run out of jobs. You'll never run out of things to do on the digital space.
Wow, very powerful. Yaani nikiongeza hapo nitaharibu. Kwa ufupi anasemaje? Trust the process. Au sio? Bwana, imekuwa kubwa sana. Nashukuru Janet Machuka. Thank you so much guys for sharing, subscribing and liking. Till next time, we are out.